My name's Dr. Simon Grove. I'm the Senior Curator of Invertebrate Zoology here at DMAG. I've always loved butterflies and I've always been attracted by the bright tropical ones, and really that's what the museum was about 100 years ago. It was about showcasing the world to Tasmanians, and what better way to do it than with some of these beauties. So some of these specimens, we don't actually know where they came from or when they were donated to the museum, but I do know from having an interest in butterflies that these are all South American species from the Amazon. There's so much to say about these guys. I love these beautiful little guys here, which go by the names of numberwings. And that's because, unusually for butterflies, they're more interesting on the underside than on the upper side. They've got these gorgeous patterns. Some of them look like 88s, some of them look like 66s, some of them 68s, 89s. Gorgeous things. These guys down here, these are called Heliconius, and there are so many species of these in South America. They all feed on passion vines, but they form these sort of mimicry complexes where one species tries hard to look like another one, and that's because some of them are distasteful and others aren't, but they all want to be thought of as distasteful, so they all end up with these similar sorts of patterns which are warning signals to birds to stay away. And these guys over here, these are called morpho butterflies. These are the real jewels, and you can quite understand why people choose to make jewellery out of these shimmering patterns. They're actually not true colours. There's no blue pigment in these at all. This is all to do with the little scales on the wings and how the fine sculpture on the scales reflects and refracts the light, so that only the blue light shines back at you. Oh yes, the giant West Indian centipede. That's quite an enigmatic specimen in our collections. We didn't even know anything about this specimen, but we had a look the other day and found that it's probably the oldest zoological specimen in our collections. It dates back to 1868 and was donated by a Mr. McDowell. We've tried to do some digging as to who Mr. McDowell was. He's referred to it because of his donation in the Royal Society journals, but we haven't really been able to find out anything about his background, why Mr. McDowell, who lived at, I think, Long Bay at the time, had in his possession 2 giant centipedes from the West Indies. We really don't know whether he actually had family over there. There definitely were McDowells in the West Indies, particularly in Trinidad, which is where this species may occur, but there's nothing to obviously link him with the people with that name there. So it's a bit of a mystery, but it does sort of fit the theme that back in those days there was great interest in the outside world from Tasmanians, and having things like giant centipedes to show people would just be a wonderful way of demonstrating the amazing nature that's out there in the big wide world. I think it's more a tropical thing. Things tend to be more exuberant in the tropics, and people have wondered why this is for a long, long time, and there are lots of theories but no clear answers. The more energy there is in the system, the more species want to sort of compete for it. And competition is one of the ways you end up with lots of species doing outrageous things like having these beautiful patterns, because they all want to get the attention or to do something different from the others that are in the area. Those tarantulas, they're a good example of something which we call them the sort of charismatic invertebrates. So they're definitely collector's items. People love to see these giant things, but they don't have a huge amount of scientific value, and often in our collections they've been donated and then rather left to loiter on shelves until we have the opportunity to showcase them in an exhibition like this. So that's because our primary focus for the rest of the year is on Tasmanian material. So we have a very good Tasmanian spider collection, Tasmanian insect collection, but we don't often get a chance to showcase these beauties from overseas.